When I was a kid, we would spend our days climbing trees and walking across the marsh.
My mom always liked rocks. We collected rocks, probably been in every fence row in Jackson County.
My sister and I had a woods in our backyard, and we draw my sister treasure maps and leave buried treasure in the woods for her to find.
I had a favorite tree I used to climb in, and these flock of crows that would come in to roost, cocking their head to look at me to figure out what am I doing in their bedroom.
It's a real shame when you meet someone who never was exposed to the natural world until they were an adult and they realize how much they've missed in life. And this is a place that can nurture that desire and that feeling of comfort in the out of doors that makes somebody want to come back more than anything else.
The Dahlem Center is Jackson's nature place. The mission of the Dahlem Conservancy is to provide environmental education and land conservancy services to the people of South Central Michigan. The urban child of today has a huge disconnect from the outdoors. Children in general, but specifically urban children, spend most of their time in front of screens. We've had kids come out here from Jackson, and they've never been in a place like this before, and you would think this was the wilderness. And suddenly, they are little kids being little kids again. And they're reconnecting with something that they didn't know they were missing, but they were missing it. It was an important part of their lives that kids, especially in the city, don't have anymore. So their minds are stimulated, their bodies are stimulated, their spirit is stimulated, and you just cannot get that in a classroom. You cannot get that in your living room. You have to get outside in nature, and that's where you're going to get those experiences. People are always saying children are the future, and certainly for Dahlem, that is so in multiple ways. When you can get children to reconnect with nature and have really good experiences out here at Dahlem, they're going to remember that when they become adults. And once they become adults, they're going to bring their children out here because they have good memories of their experiences out here.
I think when kids visit Dahlem and they connect with nature and they know what a certain frog does or what the frog's place is in the world, or a tree, a plant, bugs, I think they then gain an appreciation and take that with them and want to take care of the frog or want to take care of that plant, and they learn more to take that forward with them in their life.
We have to get the young people to be stewards of the land because they are the ones that are going to take over for us and take care of this land, not only in the county here or in the U.S., but in the world. We've only got one world.
There's just so much you can do. You know, if you can't donate time, they always like money. You know, money can help a lot with getting what you can't provide.
It's important for us to have supporters here at Dahlem because that was what keeps our doors open and allows us to provide opportunities to children and adults who benefit the most from experiences outdoors.
I see the local need. I see Dahlem serving that need. And I see them doing it in a very frugal and effective way. So I know that the money that I give here is being used to best advantage to help those who most can benefit from this experience.
You know, sometimes you start talking to people and you mention the Dahlem. What's that? Never heard of it. Aha! I'm glad you asked. Let me tell you about them.
And if you can bring your children or your grandchildren to help get that message out, it's very easily spread that, hey, I was at the Dahlem Center, had a great time, you ought to come out.
The outdoors is for everyone, and small places like the Dahlem Center are wonderful places for people to get an introduction to the outdoors and all the benefits it can provide. Local support for your local nature center is extremely important.